Let's understand the concept of sorting with the help of this interactive board. So see, like our df1 is our data frame, which has like initially these two columns, country and the value. Now US has been repeated 1,000 times, and corresponding to US, there is a value 1 which has been repeated 1,000 times. Similarly, corresponding to India, there is a value 2, and India has been repeated 100 times. UK has been repeated 50 times, and corresponding to India, there is a value 2, and corresponding to UK, there is a value 3. So what we are doing in sorting is basically we are creating a column which is known as sorted value. To create this column, we are first of all defining a sorted range, which is 4 in this particular case, and then what we are doing is like this is the main formula of sorting. What it does is it will multiply this sorted range, which is 4, into a random number. This random number is between 0 and 1, whereas 0 is inclusive and 1 is exclusive. So any number, say like 4 into, it can be 4 into 0.1, 4 into 0.2, so, or like these values will give us 0.4, and when we are doing a floor of this particular value, it will return as 0. Similarly, 4 into zero point 0.9 will give us 3.6, and is the floor value of this is basically 3. So on the basis of that, we can only have values between 0 to 3, and those values are being randomly assigned to each of this record. 0, 1, 2, 3, it's all random over here. And similarly for US, and similarly for India, and similarly for UK, it will assign some random values between 0 to 3. Now next what we are doing is like we are creating a new column which is like country underscore sorted value. So this is the concatenation of this country column and this sorted value separated by a underscore. So this country underscore sorted value is going to be our new primary key, which we'll use to join this one with the other data frame. So earlier country was our primary key, but if we join on country with another data frame, then that is going to be a very time taking process because the data is skewed. So we created a new sorted column, which is country underscore sorted value, and this will be our new primary key. Similarly, we have to prepare the other data frame with similar kind of primary key country underscore some value, uh, and then we will be able to join those two data frame with each other. So in the next step, we'll be doing the same thing, but little differently. In the next step, we'll see how the other data frame is being prepared so that it can be merged with this df1. So what we are doing over here, let's look into this. So first of all, in this particular data frame, we have two columns. One is country and one is val. Country is US, UK, India, and val is ABC. Now what we did is like we created another version of sorted values over here where we have put values from 0 to 3 in a list format. Why 0 to 3? Because earlier we also saw like in this particular sorting range, since the value was given 4, the accepted values are between 0, 1, 2, and 3. So here we are adding a new column, sorted values, where we are keeping the values 0, 1, 2, 3 in a listed format initially. And then we are exploding this particular column on this data frame. So what happens when we explode? When we explode, the data frame will be converted from horizontal format to vertical format. So what happens when we explode this particular column on this particular data frame is since these are four values, this particular record will be repeated 4 times, and UK will be repeated 4 times, and India will be repeated 4 times with their corresponding sorted values. So if you see, US and the value A is being repeated 4 times with their corresponding 0, 1, 2, 3 value, and UK and its corresponding value B is being repeated 4 times with their corresponding sorted values, UK 0, UK 1, or like 0, 1, 2, 3. And similarly, India is being repeated 4 times with their corresponding value C with their sorted values 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we are concatenating this sorted value with the country value column, and we are getting a new column which is country underscore sorted, and this will be our new primary key. So on the basis of this key, we will be doing the join from df2 column. This is our updated data frame 2. Okay. Now let's look into both the data frame in one screen. Yeah. Okay. So earlier we had like this df1, and now we have this df2 with their corresponding sorted values and their new primary key columns. Now we will join these two data frame, which is basically the df1 and df2. So the join will be something like this: df1 dot join df2 how is equal to inner, but instead of this primary key country, we'll be using this primary key country underscore sorted value. So we'll be joining this two data frame on this country underscore sorted value. So on equal to country underscore sorted value. So this process will be much faster as compared to without the sorting process. So why this will be faster is because now we are further bifurcating US into multiple sub values: US0, US1, US2, US3, and instead of earlier US having like 1000 values, now US0 could have like 250 values, US1 can have 250 values, US2 can have 250 values, and US3 can have 250 values corresponding to it. So the work across the nodes are pretty uniform. So that's how like this sorting works.